Sports Almanac and welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the Premier League fixtures of this weekend, plus giving my predictions on who I think are going to win the games. Stay tuned because we've got some shocks this weekend incoming. Yeah, these are just off the top of my head who I fancy, so I wouldn't be going to put your house on it or anything like that. I know we're called Sports Almanac, but this book, I'm not looking into it going, right, viewers, I've got the answers. I've got the answers. The answers are in this book. Newcastle are going to beat Man City at St James's Park. Man United are going to beat Spurs at Old Trafford. I'm not doing that, so don't be like Biff, put your house on it and become this multi-millionaire out of my channel because it's not going to happen. So, yeah, just stay tuned to see who I'm predicting. Like I said, there are some shocks coming. Newcastle v Manchester City. Like I said, I fancy Newcastle on this one. For the pure fact, Michael Oliver's not the referee of this game, so the other team who are playing against Manchester City do have a chance this weekend. When Michael Oliver referees a Man City game, funny shit seems to happen. So, yeah, I fancy Newcastle. Plus, Manchester City haven't got Rodri and possibly Kevin De Bruyne are missing, and Newcastle are generally a good home team. So, I'm going to be going for Newcastle to beat Manchester City. Arsenal to beat Leicester. That's what I'm going to be going for. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm always going to say that. That is my proper biased view. Yeah. So Arsenal to beat Leicester. They're on absolute fire, Arsenal, whether they're playing the young guns or the old guns. Well, they're not that old, the older players in the team. It's just the other players are a lot younger. Arsenal still missing Odegaard, but it doesn't seem to matter. Arsenal have had the last three away games have been I didn't think we'll walk away with so many points. We played Aston Villa away, Spurs away, and obviously Manchester City away, which we got robbed in. Comment below if you think Arsenal got robbed. Michael Oliver, you need to be investigated, mate. You're definitely taking the older bribes. So yeah, I fancy Arsenal to beat Leicester. I think that's a given. Arsenal at home, even though Arsenal are really, really good away. They drew with Brighton at home recently, which was another poor refereeing decision. Again, was Michael Oliver the referee in that game? Not 100% on that, but I feel like he was. He's always screwing us. Screwed us against City last week. That's so hard to take that game. I finally recovered from that game. The old heart was boom, 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 boom. That second half, but well played to Arsenal. If they can draw with City with 10 men, they should turn over Leicester with their eyes closed. So I'm going to be going Arsenal win. Brentford versus West Ham. West Ham, you need to get a win. The fans are turning on the West Ham manager, Lupatelli, or whatever his name is. I said he ain't the greatest manager. I think you're starting to see he ain't the greatest manager. And he's the kind of manager, a few more poor results, he'll fuck off himself. That's what he tends to do. He just fucks off. So, but this game, they need the win, West Ham. But I'm going to be going for Brentford to beat West Ham. Brentford have had a good start to the season. They done well against Manchester City away. They tend to score goals. They've got that big old striker up front. I forget his name. He seems to score. Weeser. They've got Weeser. So I fancy Brentford to beat West Ham. Next game, Chelsea and Brighton. Brighton, not a bad team, but Chelsea seem to be finally firing on all cylinders. Enzo's got them playing quite well. They're going up the table a bit more, so respect to them, so I fancy Chelsea to turn over Brighton. Everton v Crystal Palace. Joe what? Everton have been so unlucky in these last few games. They've been the last three games there. They were 2-0 up, lost 3-2, 2-0 up, they lost 3-2, and then they were 1-0 up and they drew last weekend. So to this weekend, they're gonna turn over Crystal Palace at Goodison Park. Definitely on that one. I fancy Everton. I fancy Sean Dyche should start turning things around. They haven't been playing that bad. Crystal Palace were a boring team to watch, horrible team to watch. I can't see them going to Goodison Park and winning. Can you? Next game, Nottingham Forest v Fulham. Forest are doing well, Fulham are doing well, so Joe, what I'm going to call a draw on this one. We've got to throw in a couple of draws in it. There's in the Premier League, there's always a couple of draws. So this game, I'm going to go for a draw. Forest seem to be good at the City ground. Fulham have got good players. Them Arsenal boys. I mean, they turned over Newcastle last week, but was it them that turned them over, or was it the ex-Arsenal boys, mate? All the Arsenal boys scored the goal. Reece Nelson, Smith Rowe. So they've got a good team there. because they've got the Arsenal rejects. That's what we're going to call Fulham, the Arsenal rejects. But they're really good players. So, but Forest are good at home. See what happens on that one. Well, not see what happens. I'm going for a draw, mate. Liverpool versus Wolves. This is Wolves' worst start to a Premier League season. Nottingham Forest did go to Liverpool and turn Liverpool over, but are Wolves like Forest? I doubt it. They're really poor at the moment, so this is definitely Liverpool all day long. They're doing well under Arnie's slot. They've had a bit of one or two shaky games, like I said, against Liverpool. I mean against Forest. So we're gonna go Liverpool. That's guaranteed. But it's not in the sports army. When I say guaranteed, don't be thinking it's in the book. I haven't looked in the book. Next game, Ipswich v Villa. Can Ipswich get a win? In the Championship, they were turning teams over with some great football, but they just ain't replicated it in the Premier League. Villa are doing really well. You got to start playing Duran. You got to start playing Duran. John Duran. He just turns up, comes on for a couple of minutes, and wins a game for them. Will they start Duran? Obviously, you can't drop Watkins, so I don't know. Ipswich. I think you're going down. I don't think you're good enough to be in the Prem. I'm going to go for Aston Villa away win. And then last game of the weekend, it's quite a big one. It's always an exciting game. Both teams are poor at the moment. Spurs are leaking goals left, right, and centre. Man United not even scoring goals really, are they? So, they had a poor result against 20 at Old Trafford, drew 1-1 after being 1-0 up. Ten Hag, you're on thin ice. The fans are turning on you. The ball will be turning on you soon. So I'm going to go for a draw on this one. Man United, Spurs draw. Yeah, I can't see, Spurs concede too many goals and Man United don't score many goals. So I don't know. I'm going to go for a draw. Get involved. Comment below who you think, what are your predictions? I'd like to see them. Definitely like to see them. I think there's going to be some shocks this weekend. I fancy the shocks are going to be Newcastle to turn over Man City. That's my shock of the weekend. If you agree, comment below. Yeah, Sports Almanac. That's the name of the channel. That's the name of the book. But I don't follow the book. Like I said, I haven't come back from the future. I haven't come back from the past to let you know to win football, to predict football or whatever. So yeah, I won't take my word for it. It's just an opinion and a thought. Smash that like button for more sporting content. I also do loads of funny shorts. That's where I'm making my name, on my funny shorts. So come and check out my funny shorts. And for more great sporting funny content, all general content, sporting content, come and subscribe to Sports Almanac, where we don't take life too seriously. We like to have a laugh. So if you like to have a laugh, come and subscribe to Sports Almanac. Some of these channels, yeah, they're far too serious. Like, oh my God, some of them are so serious and toxic. My channel's not serious. It's not toxic. If you like that kind of content, come and subscribe.